It's our DAO pattern. To do that, go to source test Java, open up the test file that got generated, and it has a single test method inside it. It is marked with @spring boot test, and it runs with spring runner automatically. Change the name of this test to test create, because we are testing the create method on the employee DAO. Now to use the employee DAO inside this test, inject it, employee DAO, mark it with @auto wired annotation from Spring. So Spring at runtime will create an instance of a class that will implement this interface. There is only one class that implements this interface, which is the employee DAO impl. So Spring will automatically create an instance. It will take that object, inject it into this DAO. DAO dot create. We need to pass in a employee, new employee. Create a new object. Select that new employee, hit Ctrl+1, extract to local variable. Set the fields on it, employee dot set ID 123, employee dot set name, John is the name of the employee. To run this test, you can simply run this class, right click, run as JUnit test. That will run this test, which will look for the main class, which is marked with Spring Boot application annotation, and it will run our application, and it will then invoke, we are then invoking the create method on the DAO by passing it the employee. Now go to the database, everything is green. As you could see, when the test was run, it is green. That means our test has succeeded without any exceptions. Go to the database, do a select star from employee, and you see the record. You can run it again, change this to 456, change the name to Bob, run the test, click on the play button. Once again, it runs the test, it invokes, it creates all the beans. If you look at the console, Spring is wiring up the JDBC template, and it does all that. It will inject the JDBC template into the DAO impl. It will inject the DAO impl into the employee DAO, and we are able to invoke the create operation. Go to the database, execute the select query, and you see the second record as well. The key here is to understand the DAO pattern. DAOs always carry the database methods. In this case, I have only shown you create, but you can add, update, delete, read, etc. to this DAO interface and implement them inside your employee DAO impl. And you need not use JDBC template. You can use Hibernate. You can use whatever technology. Directly, you can use JDBC if you want to in your DAO implementation class. We'll implement a lot more methods in an end-to-end project in lectures later on.